We're live.
We're live.
What were you
Hello.
doing?
I was looking behind me because you said you could smell
I thought-
burning and you made me all
I
panicky.
genuinely thought I could smell burning, folks.
You made me all panicky. You can smell the incense burner.
Right, yeah, that's what I can smell.
Right, okay.
Anyway, good evening. There's currently nobody there live watching, so I'll do this as a normal intro. Thank you for joining us. This is the Wiccan Warriors, and this is a bit of a special episode to let people know about a part of the year called Imbolc. Have I said that right?
You did.
Excellent. On top of that, what I'd like to let people know about is we have an event booked. So we've got places available at Ryan's Coffee Shop in Northampton. I don't know the address. It's Boothville. And that will be on Friday the 18th of February. It's £20 per person. That includes a hot drink and a cake, which is important.
Very important because their cakes are brilliant.
One private reading and one table reading with mediumship. So if you're interested in booking a place on that, then contact Ryan's Coffee Shop, either via Instagram or Facebook.
Yes.
And that's pretty much it for me. I'm going to kind of hand over to Penny now to talk to you about Imbolc and another significant day today. And what I'll try and do is do the oohs and ahs that I think you guys will be doing, or ask the obvious questions that I think you might be thinking. Or I'll get distracted and go, squirrel, rabbit hole, and then we'll see where we go. But we're not aiming to be on for too long, so we'll be here for probably about another 15 minutes-ish. Welcome any live comments. If you've got any questions about what we're talking about, then use the comments thing. Just quickly, we've got to say hi to Marion. Marion's just arrived.
And she's never heard of Imbolc. Lots of people haven't.
Yeah. So that's the idea of tonight. It's one of them little specials. I thought, we could do that little. We the royal we. I'm going to hand you over to Penny. Take it away, Penny.
No pressure or anything.
What is Imbolc, Penny?
Oh, Imbolc.
What does it mean?
It's one of the Wiccan Sabbats for a start. So it's part of the Wiccan wheel of the year. But Imbolc is part of the Celtic calendar.
Right.
So it tends to be more around Ireland more than anywhere else. And it is the beginning of new life. It is the time for the start of spring, the start of lambing season. It's also known as the quickening of the year.
Right.
So it's halfway between Yule, which is Christmassy time, and Ostara, which is the spring equinox, which we'll be doing the Ostara live as well, I imagine.
Excellent.
Okay, so Imbolc comes from Imbolc, which basically means in the belly.
Right.
So it's like the start of a pregnancy, that just showing.
So it's in the belly of the mother.
Indeed.
So
it's just starting to show in the same way as a pregnant woman does. Spring starts, the start of the year. So you'll start seeing beautiful things like, I don't know if you can see them, we've got snowdrops here.
Yeah.
Snowdrops. You start seeing those. They're the first signs of spring as well. So it's around new life, rebirth from the earth. So plants that have slept through the winter,
bulbs,
come back to life.
So today is quite an important day for a gardener then, for like bulbs and planning when you.
I think when you're a gardener,
borders are coming up.
Every part of the year is important for various reasons, but it's classed as the time for rebirth. For us as pagans, it's about the letting go of the past and welcoming the start of the future, the start of the new. So we will be clearing out all negative energies, letting go of all negative things. And after we've finished this, I am going to wander around the house with my gigantic broom and sweep all the negative energy out as well. And they believe that spring cleaning came about because of this belief that you were sweeping out the old to make room for the new. Okay, so in paganism, there is a pagan goddess called Brigid. The Christians have Saint Bridget. Coincidentally, Saint Bridget.
Plagiarized.
But for us, she is the goddess of healing. She is a goddess of fire and the sun and the hearth. So the home fires. And it is believed that she brings fertility to both the land. So when you're hoping for new crops growing and you've started your first planting and things are just starting to come through, and for fertility in people. Now, bearing in mind, especially in the olden days when winter was very long and dark and cold and they didn't have social media and TVs, there were different ways to keep warm. So spring would be the start of new life, as we say, or becoming aware of new life. Okay. With that in mind, Brigid is connected to midwives and newborn babies because it is about the bringing of the new. So for us, we have the triple goddess, the maiden, mother, crone. And if you remember around Yule, I was saying that we were in the phase of the crone. So from today, we are in the phase of the maiden. Okay. Does that make sense so far?
My favourite maiden, I've got to say, is Iron Maiden. Sorry.
I thought you meant Margaret Thatcher. That's the Iron Lady. Ooh, silly God, me. Man. So there are two things that are linked to Imbolc and Brigid. One is the fire wheel or the Brigid cross. And lots of people make these. I haven't made one. Purely because I haven't had the chance to make one. But basically, it's a cross that's folded over strands, so they overlap. So there are plenty of pictures on the internet. Please go and have a look at those. But the theory is that you put the fire wheel in the hearth, so in near the fire or in the fireplace, and that links to honouring Brigid. It is believed that there is a house in Ireland that when they were demolishing the house and they were starting to take down the main hearth of the house, they found 200 Brigid crosses, which means for 200 years, the inhabitants of that house honoured Brigid because you put one in once a year.
That's cool.
Okay, that is pretty cool. So the other one is the Brigid doll. So if you can see that, so my Brigid doll has a white ribbon. She now has the addition of lavender, and she has beads, and she has stars. And this is her. Okay, so, and she, and I will explain in a minute why, now has a bed. She has her own little bed, which will be placed by the fire this evening for her to sleep on. And that's called the bridal bed. Okay, so, Brigid, the doll is called a biddy or a bridey doll, or a Brigid doll, or there's a few similar names. It depends what part of the world that you're from, as to what you would call it, but they are all essentially the same thing. They're made from rushes or reeds or straw. They're adorned with the white ribbon or white cloth, shells, flowers, beads, whatever you have that makes her pretty, we add those, but white obviously, because we're putting her in a bridal bed. Okay, she is considered to be the bride of spring.
Oh, right.
Hence why.
Ooh, sorry, I meant to do some oohs.
Well, it's a bit later. Hence why we put her in the bridal bed. So that is placed next to the fire this evening. And what we should really do is sort out some clothes and leave the clothes outside for the goddess to bless. And the theory being that with those blessings on those clothes, when we wear them, we are blessed and good things will happen to us.
I'm going to leave all my ties outside tonight.
Just your ties?
Just my ties.
Oh, right. Okay.
Rather than leaving my whole suit out there, I'm just thinking I always wear a tie for work.
Okay.
So if I wear I'll leave them out.
Okay.
Get them blessed.
That's the theory, that you would leave it outside your home and then the goddess would bless you. So Brigid is believed to have awakened the hibernating serpent which emerged from its lair today.
Okay.
Okay, and the serpent is the awakening of inspiration and creativity. So a lot of belief systems look at serpents as bad things. No, you're tempted.
They're doing the Bible.
Right, but
the world serpent in Norse keeps the world in.
Yes.
So it's good.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's the one that eats its own tail.
It's only when you get to the Bible and it's the snake that convinces.
Okay. So
I think it might be wrong. Put in the comments.
The changing of the meaning of something to make people convert in their belief, perhaps. Okay. So it is about.
Although, just before we move on, it's not really a character assassination on a snake to make it to sort of say it's a horrible animal, because they are quite vicious.
The bitey venomous.
Yeah, exactly. Little note ropes.
Yeah.
So
I love note.
They don't do themselves any favours at all, really.
So yeah, that's about Brigid and the doll. And I've shared this on a group that I'm on Facebook of very like-minded folk, and I'm surprised how many people haven't made them and how many people have sent me lovely messages. And I mean a lot of messages. So yeah, that's our little bridey doll.
So yeah, based on what you just said there, just how I've put that into practical real life is I purposely made 2 phone calls today that were things I didn't want to freaking deal with, to do with money and stuff. So
financial ones.
Yeah. So I purposely did them today and thought, because I don't want to take that to tomorrow. It has to be cleared off today.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the same thing. It's that cleansing of the energy ready for tomorrow.
Absolutely. The start of something.
Yeah. So that was my motive. And I also told them at work I didn't want to work with somebody. So I didn't want to carry that forward either.
Yeah. So for us, Imbolc is the start of something new. And good things to come.
Mm.
Good things to come.
One good thing to come. On the 18th of February, our tarot night. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's amazing.
Shameless plug.
It was a little bit. I actually didn't ooh and ah enough. So hopefully it's a little brief explanation about what Imbolc is.
Yeah.
But it's us sharing our beliefs with people that may be interested. If you're not interested, that's absolutely fine as well.
Well, no, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Penny. It was very informative.
I do have something else.
Bonus material?
Bonus material?
No way. Hang around for a little bit longer.
So what is today? Today is Chinese New Year.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Gong Yi Fa Choi.
Pinch punch.
No, you can't do that. No. Yeah, so it's Chinese New Year, or the start of the lunar calendar.
Yeah.
For Chinese people.
And if you go back a few of our episodes, we spoke about.
Did we?
Yeah, Chinese. I spoke about people's belief in the personalities of signs that they're given, whether or not it actually makes a difference to them.
Indeed. So today begins the start of the year of the tiger. Okay. So with that in mind, I just thought I'd show you I think this is called a Bixie. I may be wrong, which is basically a turtle or a dragon with the body of a turtle. And if you can see, he's sitting on some very dusty coins, but he is sitting on some Chinese coins. Yes. So in Feng Shui, this should be pointed towards the front door to bring in positivity, good fortune, prosperity, wealth.
Okay.
Okay. This is very similar. See, these are the random things.
Marian's year.
Excellent, Mariam. These are just things that we have around the house. We have such an eclectic mix. Oh, damn, I've forgotten what this is called. But this is an infinite knot. These are infinite knots, which is about infinity, the continuation of life, so rebirth, things like that. But again, we have coins included because it's good luck and it brings good fortune. And we have a reclining Buddha there as well. So same thing, good luck, prosperity. Same as we have Chinese coins, which we tend to have hanging by the front door. Do you even know that they're there?
Yep.
You do know they're there.
I also know the significance of the red ribbon.
Okay.
Because it's the Chinese think it's the luckiest colour.
Okay. We'll talk about that.
And the number 7.
In a second, we'll talk about that. So the reason why they have a square in the centre of them cut out is because when they were made, they were put on a square pole so that the edges could be rounded off. So they were put on all together on a pole, and then the edges were rounded off, and then they were taken off and put on bits of string because they were easy to exchange with. So they're considered lucky if you hang them by the door. So
Excellent.
That being the Chinese New Year. Now, where does the Chinese New Year story originate? Been doing about this at school for the last few days. So
I don't know, Penny. Where does it originate?
I can't remember the names of everything, so I'll give it my best. So it started off that the Jade Emperor wanted to have a race. All of the animals were arguing amongst each other about who was the most important, and that they should have the year named after them because they're the most important animal. So the Jade Emperor decided that he would have a race with all of the animals, and whoever won, the year would be named after them. And where they ended the race in succession would be the succession of the names of the year. So he decided this race was to travel from a starting point to his palace, the Imperial Palace, and part of that was to cross a huge river. Okay, so we had the ox and the horse and the tiger and the rat and the snake and the monkey and all of these different animals. So what happened was the rat ran really super fast and got to the river first, but then was frightened and couldn't swim. So he waited. Next to arrive at the river was the ox, who didn't want to cross the river. So the rat said, "Oh, but I really need to get across. I'll need you to be a good friend and help me across." So the ox said, "Okay, get on my back." Swam the rat across the river. The rat obviously buggered off at the end of it and got straight to the palace. And the first year was named after the rat.
Sneaky little bugger.
Indeed. Cunning. Cunning.
User.
No, cunning. We're looking for a nice way. So clever, cunning. And then came the ox.
It was like, "Oi, rat, yeah, you're only here because of me."
He got to be year 2. So the succession that they arrived was the succession of how the Chinese calendar was formed. And that is cool. Why we have the year of the rat, the year of the ox, the year of the tiger, the year of the rooster. But I don't know the order.
Horse.
Now, another story about that is that around this time of year, that there was a monster I can't remember its name. I'm really sorry, but there was a big scary monster that everybody was terrified of that was going to hurt everybody, and they found out that, and he used to come at this time of year, and they found out that he was frightened of loud noises, the colour red, and something else, but I can't remember.
The number 7.
I don't think it's the number 7, and something else. But that's why for the Chinese New Year there are firecrackers and fireworks, and everybody wears red. So the story originated from the legend of this monster.
It scared away the dragon. Monstery thing.
Yeah. And that's why they did those things. I thought that was really clever. There we go. So, Gong Yu Fa Joy to anybody who speaks Mandarin.
Beg your pardon.
That's Happy New Year in Mandarin.
I did know that, actually.
And Imbolc blessings for all
Indeed.
you pagans.
So, yeah, so everything from now on is positive. It's all we're going to draw in. That's all we're going to send out. So,
yeah.
Excellent. Right. Join us on the next one. I'm not sure if we'll pop up during the week, but I don't think we will. We'll see you this time on Sunday at 8. Did we? Yes, we have got our guests sorted. Jess and Barry.
Yes.
So we'll have those sorted. We've just got to confirm one other.
Okay.
So we'll see you all on Sunday. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Penny.
Thanks.
Make sure you say goodbye before I hit the...
Happy New Year. Bye.